Hello, family. Welcome back to another episode of Journey to Harmony. I'm your host, Richard Harmon. Today, I want to come to you and talk to you about Joe Biden dropping out of the presidential race of 2024. Biden has officially announced that he will not run for re-election, and this is a bombshell news as he and Donald Trump recently had a debate in just here earlier in the end of June. Joe Biden has had a rough last few weeks as he's had an interview with George Stephanopoulos. He's had a opening speech where he spoke, a little bit about what his plans were, and overall there's just been this nonstop sounding of people advising him that it's time for him to get out. So now that he has released himself from the re-election, he's 81 years of age. He has endorsed Kamala Harris to be the next presidential nominee of the race. Many people have heard all of this, so we'll go ahead and skip around and some other things that I was thinking about. So first thing, the announcement is stopping the momentum that Donald Trump is kind of enjoying right now. So we see from the time of the debate to the different prosecutions that he was dealing with, Donald Trump has really gone from where people had a bit of a fatigue of him over the past 2 or 3 years to the point now where he is kind of just rolling. And as a result, after the attempted assassination that happened a little bit over a week ago or so, he has just been enjoying just a lot of nonstop momentum. So now with this announcement of Joe Biden speaking and saying that he is now going to be removed, that the media has now a new story that they can run with, which they basically can use to kind of ignore Donald Trump for the most part. And I guess it's probably their thought process. The thoughts right now, again, so this week is going to be all about Joe Biden, stepping down, the things that he's done for the, done in his career. But many things, for those of us who are paying attention, Joe Biden is the author of the 1994 crime bill, who put a lot of African Americans into jail. How so many people have voted for him has been something that I don't really understand. But nonetheless, he was the president of the last 4 years, and now we're looking for a new president. Whether it be Donald Trump or whoever it is the Democratic Party will nominate is something that we are yet to figure out. Again, from this week, it's going to be Joe Biden. The following week will likely be someone that he, who will be nominated. Maybe might have 3 or 4 different people who they decide to have for the Democratic National Convention, which will be August 19th to the 22nd. So with that, again, you have that nomination period there. We all know that Barack Obama's in the back pretty much pulling strings nonstop. Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, they were all big people who were speaking out. Hillary Clinton's name even have resurfaced this week as people thought that she could possibly be someone who would put her hat back into the ring as she stepped out and said she would do anything that was the party needed her to do. And we're very happy that that does not include for her running to be elected president. But there's so many different ways that this is going to go about. My thought right now, again, is that Kamala looks to be the odds-on favorite to be elected. But we know that she exactly is not the person who is going to be running, which most likely will be, 2028 will be Gavin Newsom, who will be the overall person, I believe, that will be pushed to run. He has done a terrible job in California. We all have heard about the exodus that has happened over there and how terrible things are in terms of the drug use, the cost of living, the crime that has happened. There's so much that is going on there. And for the most part, for those who are in control of the Democratic Party, as we see in New York, we see in Chicago, we see in all of the major cities around the world, is that this is becoming kind of the theme of what is it that they're expecting. So now with him returning, with him possibly, preparing himself, there's a chance that we can see a kind of a war go on in the Democratic Party. So you have the liberals, the all-out liberals with the squad, AOC, Ilhan Omar, and all of the like, who are sided with people like Bernie Sanders. You have Nancy Pelosi and her nephew, again, Gavin Newsom, who is kind of vying for election on his side. And you have the presumptive favorite in Kamala Harris, who thinks that she exactly is going to be the elected official for that particular party. So what exactly happens here? I'm sure at some point they're going to have some kind of consolidation and some kind of discussion in terms of this. But the biggest thing that this says to me, right? So if Joe Biden, if the Democrats were going to concede the election, the best thing they could have done was continue to run Joe Biden out there, allow him to run. He's already, losing in a big way. He would have lost. They would have prepared the next person in advance, whether it's Gavin Newsom or whoever, and then prepare that person for 2028. This particular situation with Joe Biden stepping down is kind of a situation where you look at it and you're like, this is going to be something where people decide that this is, that they aren't willing to let go of anything. They're going to demand that they win this election. So many people are unsure of what, what is happening in terms of the election. We've heard about Trump's former lawyer, his name slips my mind right now, but how he was sued for, I think, for $1 billion or something like that. So there's just a whole lot that is happening right now in the terms of this country right now. So we'll see how that plays out in the next space. All of this is happening in the midst of a backdrop of a downward economy. We are, whether in recession officially or heading into recession, there are some people who are saying that we're heading into a depression, and many of the signals that are being stated are similar to that of 1929. Many people, we're at a record in terms of credit card debt. We're at a record in terms of different delinquencies. There's just a whole lot that is happening right now, and all of this right now is in 2024, and 2025 is set to be even more of a shakeup. I believe is going to be coming. How this plays out, we're yet to see about it, but I think again, the people are going to be voting. The old saying is the economy stupid, and we see right now with the different issues that we face, there's so much that is going on. There's so much that people are saying right now, whether or not the housing market is going to be able to sustain itself, whether or not there's going to be a housing crash. The cost of living has just gone out of control for many people, and all of these things are now something that the current or next president is going to have to deal with in some way. 4 years from now, if nothing changes, if we are still in the same situation, if they, something cracks in the economy and the Fed prints a whole lot of cash, we can see again a significant rise in terms of the cost of living, and that would have a very detrimental effect overall on the population and on the ability for many people to live and to survive. What happens in terms of the border? Will Donald Trump really carry out the largest deportation in American history? We get to see about that. How are these sanctuary cities dealing in terms of the new migrants, illegal immigrants that have taken over Chicago? That overall conversation has died down a lot. So what is happening at the border? Will we see a serious push as people are expecting Donald Trump to come into election? And will people from different parts of the world push even greater to kind of cross in before the election happens? There's so many different things that are coming from this particular moment. Who is going to be the nominee? What is going to happen? This is going to be one of the most consequential elections of our existence. I can guarantee from 30 years from now or so, we'll be reading about this in terms of the election, in terms of our textbooks and for our children. So this is just, this is just an interesting time in history right now. And I think regardless of how it is that you feel, I think that we're all being, in a place right now where we'll remember these times in time to come. What are your thoughts on this? Please comment below, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for joining. Have a good day.